Hello everyone and welcome to the Gentleman Voice Book Review. I am the Gentleman and today we'll be talking about Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. Dostoevsky, okay. I've got mixed feelings about Dostoevsky, I can admit that freely. In some cases, he's really well done. He thinks things through, he knows how to do his writing and make it interesting. However, at the same time, he also likes to be very verbose and not make it interesting. Crime and Punishment is a very prime example of that. It's very clear that he does know how to write. He knows how to get into the mind of a person who's committed a terrible act and show how it destroys him. But showing how he interacts with all the other characters just does not work at all. So, okay, well, the basic story of Crime and Punishment, if you don't know it already, the main character, Raskolnikov, I think that's how you say his name. It's Russian, I don't really know. But, he is living in his very poor room and he has no money pretty much, but that's not the reason why he does what he does. So he spends most of his time thinking, and this is in the very first few chapters, thinking about how if he were to commit a terrible crime, the murder of the woman, the pawnbroker who got all this money, and it's really well done how Dostoevsky does it. He doesn't say exactly what it is. He always has him thinking, but can I really do it? Is it really right? Should I do it? And that was really well done because it intrigues the reader to go, okay, what is this it that they're talking about? But then he meets up with the pawnbroker, murders her, robs her, kills another woman, actually comes to investigate, and actually the whole scene of the murder is actually well done too, because when he does commit this murder, he spends the next while going, okay, wait, did I do this? I got, oh, this axe I used, it's got blood all over it. Oh my goodness, I can get rid of the blood. And, oh, wait a minute, what did I got blood here. He's really intellectualizing it. He gets really into the whole mindset of the person who's committed this crime. And then he goes home, and then he freaks out even more. He says, oh my goodness, there's blood over here on my sock. And, oh, my sock has got this blood on it. What if someone sees it? No, wait, no, it looks like dirt. Maybe, yeah, it looks like dirt, so I'm okay. See, this whole, the nervous paranoia aspect of it, that was really well done. It's the psychology of a killer. It was really well done. And props to Dostoevsky for that. But then after that, that's about chapter 7 or 10. After that, things get really kind of boring, in all truth. Because, well, the murder's been done. And the rest of the time is spent seeing, okay, when is this person going to get caught? When is Raskolnikov going to get captured, thrown in jail, or sent to Siberia, actually, would be in Russia. But, we're all just wondering when that's going to happen. And in all truth, we're stuck with another 400 pages of filler, essentially, until that happens. Because he makes the crime happen, and it looks like it's going to be a flawless crime. No one knows that he's done it. But then he gets sick, he's all... Because the crime is just eating away at him, because he knows what he's done. He knows it was terrible. It's like a cancer in his mind. It's driving him slowly... Well, not even slowly. It's driving him insane. But then we have to deal with him just communicating with his friends and his family. And that's the next 400 pages. It's just ramble, 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 ramble. Talk a little bit about this. Talk a little bit about the crime. And ramble, and ramble, and ramble. And we'll have this weird inspector guy just interrogate you and use his most circuitous dialogue to try and trap you in something. And it's boring. So... That's the basic plot of it, and you've got some of my opinions also in there, but as you can tell, I like the concept. I love the concept about the murderer and then the psychology behind it. And if the story was just about that, I would be more than happy. But it's not. It's got his whole family in it, his mother, his sister, and then she's supposed to be getting married to this guy, but he doesn't want that to happen because this guy is just, I don't even remember anymore. I think it was that he was, that she was doing it for charity for him because he was living in this poor condition, and he thinks that she wants to do it for him so he can get out of that position, but it's not that at all. She sort of loves him, but this guy is just a total jerk, and then we've got the side characters that he meets. He meets his family with the government clerk, and the government clerk person gets killed, and then we have to deal with the whole family drama. The family is all dysfunctional. We've got the girl who's a prostitute. We've got the wife who's got consumption and or tuberculosis. I think that's the name of this, consumption. And she's gonna die and go crazy, and the whole dialogue is just not interesting. Their relationships are not interesting. And then there's the best friend. I don't remember what the guy's name is. It's like Raskolnikov, but it's a different R name. I think Razumihin. And okay, the names. Okay, the names have got to be talked about, because every Russian character has 3 or 4 names that they can be called in the story. Every single one. Raskolnikov, for example, he's either Raskolnikov or Raskolnikov Romanov, a big long R name, and then he's also got his last name. Did they have it somewhere in here? That's just his first name, Raskolnikov, but okay, there's another name he gets called, and then for short he can be called Rody. It was Rodion. Okay, his last name is Raskolnikov, his middle name is Romanovin, and then his first name is Rodion. So there's just all these different names that he can be called. And then his sister's name is Dunya, and then what was his other name? Because there's so many other names, and they all get called these different names, and you have to keep track in your head. Okay, all 3 of these names could be this person, but they might be called Rody for short, and I mean, as much as I enjoy the concept, the discussions that the characters have are not interesting. The characters have too many names, and in all truth, it's a little bit of a struggle to keep straight who is who. But and that goes on for all 400 pages more after the murder has been done, after it has been done. So all the great stuff that I enjoy in the book you can read in the first 100 pages, and then the rest of it is just spent wondering, okay, when is this guy going to get caught? Are we seriously going to sit and listen to this conversation that we don't really care about? I mean, there's a little bit of interest when they're trying to catch Raskolnikov in his words and trap him and say, okay, then you did do this or you didn't do that, but the problem is you don't get invested in it, because at this point you know he's going to get caught eventually. Because if nothing else, if he doesn't get caught, he's going to go crazy and he's going to turn himself in anyway. And okay, so stylistically, Dostoevsky is a little bit behind our modern writing. It's not like a normal novel you would pick up and read, because, I mean, we've got more of an omniscient view, and sometimes the character will drone on and on and on for just several pages all at once, and it's all just one paragraph, and there's no breaks at all, and stylistically I hate that. But I mean, I can't really fault him, because at that time that's generally how it was written. There are a lot of books that are like that, and Crime and Punishment, I can't fault it too much for that because of that. But it is a slow, dry read, and for the most part, while some of it is interesting, by the time you get to page 400, you're going, okay, get on with it, get on with it. You're thinking about turning yourself in, but just do it. And it's a very intellectual book. It's intellectual, but it is slow. So, I think that just about covers most of it right there. Yeah. So if you are really into intellectual books, if you really, really enjoy the psychological aspect of what happens when someone commits a murder, then this book is definitely for you. But for me, it's too slow. I'm sorry. I read it once before, and I loved it then. I read it now, and that doesn't make sense. I should like it better now than I did then, but no, I'm sorry, but I don't. So, that is The Gentleman's Voice about the Crime and Punishment. If you are interested, I suggest go ahead and take a look. If not, then, well, you know my opinion about it, and I probably won't read it for a 3rd time. So, yeah, there we go. Thank you for watching, and I'm The Gentleman, and I hope they have a good evening. Cheerio, and farewell.